What's the future of music gonna look like? I am talking about the industry in this video, but I'm also gonna talk about the music itself. There are a couple of things I've started to notice in my research and implementation. Number one, marketing is getting harder and easier at the same time. This is happening for everybody, especially individual independent artists, like not just labels. In fact, indie artists seem to be getting more leverage as time passes because technology proves nowadays that all you need is a fucking phone. The reason you need any sort of label to distribute your music and content is progressively being squeezed into what I call the bitch number, 0. And that's happening because Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, SoundCloud, and Snapchat, and I guess Anchor, and all these other platforms are free. As long as you have one of these things, your phone at all times is your personal label and content distributor. It's pretty dope if you think about it. A lot of people complain about how hard it is, but this is nothing compared to what it's gonna be, because pretty soon, right now, roughly 4.2 billion people are using the internet, and in the next couple of years, 3 to 4 billion people are gonna hop onto this market, since Facebook and Google are fucking murdering each other over who's gonna get internet to all these third world countries and shit that don't have it. You just put up content consistently. As time passes, it is only going to reach as many people as it is dope, and you are consistently posting it. Simple as that. People are like,
but Sam, it's the algorithm, and the numbers are fake here, and they're real over there, and my promoter said that.
No, it's as simple as that. If you have dope, different content, and you post it frequently enough, you'll get somewhere. It's gotta be different, and I really want to be clear about that. Number two is a lot of this has to do with data. A lot of this has to do with data. Data is starting to overpower money in value. A lot of things are, honestly, but data especially. Now, when I talk about data, there's this weird space in the conversation like,
what the fuck is that?
Data is facts and statistics collected for reference and analysis. It's basically a bunch of numbers that tell you shit that's very valuable that not really anything else could. But part of the reason a lot of companies like Facebook and Google are so big is their ability to collect and use data. For example, on SoundCloud, and this is only SoundCloud, you get to see the stats for in the last week, 2 weeks, month, year, all time, how many plays you got in total for each song, how many likes, reposts, comments, downloads. It says who the top listeners are and what cities and countries most of them were from. It says where on SoundCloud, like Android, desktop, iOS, most played playlists and albums, plays from algorithms, websites, RSS third-party apps. Now, maybe not all of this is gonna come up if you don't have SoundCloud Unlimited Pro like yours truly, but even if you don't, you are still going to see a lot of shit. You can do a lot of things with this. You can use it to find where you want to play shows. A lot of people link to SoundCloud through Facebook. You can hit them up and be like, yo, I have a show coming up and it'd be awesome to meet you. If you want, I can give you 2 free tickets and you can bring a friend. But they wouldn't fucking know about any of that until you told them. And you wouldn't tell them if you didn't know they lived in that town. And you wouldn't know they lived in that town unless you looked at the data. The amount of targeting that you can do with any of this is insane. And again, this alone is just SoundCloud. Maybe you have your new song on a friend's blog. That's really big. And the blog drives more traffic to the song and the email list than your website alone. So without that data, you wouldn't know, well, maybe I could just drop my next full album through the blog. And it's like, why the fuck not? You have the data, don't you? Number 3 is about not just the future of music, but the music of the future. Now, I have a theory. Bear with me, it's kind of a weird theory. It's not something I've heard of before, but I think it's under all of our noses, waiting to be. If you've ever listened to my music, you will notice it's a blend of rap, pop, and EDM. There's a reason for that. I think the future of music, at least in the top 40, will be exactly that. It will be some sort of blend of those 3. And the reason for that is the actual shifts and the merging of genres. Think about it. Those 3 are pretty much always the genres of the artists at the top 5 to 10 songs in the Billboard charts. Like, just about always. If it's any sort of rock or country, it's really just pop in disguise. Now, there are more and more songs at the top of the charts than ever, and so few artists, if any at all, seem to be blending the 3 together. I don't know why this is. Like, would nobody prefer to hear that hybrid genre if it's all packaged and branded as meticulously as the next one at the top of the charts? And if that's the case, how many people need to hear it to think so? I don't fucking know any of the answers to these questions, but I guess we'll find out. So that's the future of music. What are you guys gonna do about it? It's some interesting info I've certainly picked up on. I'm still figuring out what to do. If you guys want to connect with me, there are links in the description to all my social media. There's also a link to my new production kit where you can find all the equipment I use to make music. If you buy any, I get commission, which helps me build this channel and keep making videos for you guys. Make sure to leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already. If you could turn on that little bell to receive a notification every time I drop a new video, that would mean the world to me. You guys can find me everywhere, and I will see you then.